I'm getting dressed. All right, I'll get dressed and talk to you. The Normal Stocks Paulding Bare Bones Broadcasting. I'm getting dressed. I'm going to make sure you can't see me get dressed. Get up. Get up. Oh, the camera's not going to do what I tell it. How do you like that? Both have it. I'll remind you something right now. Never mind me. You don't pay attention to me, and you pay attention to what I'm talking about. You take your eyes off yourself, too, and the way you look at yourself, and see yourself in a bigger light. And it'll take a whole different attitude towards you, and you'll have much more steering ability to steer yourself and discipline yourself. Right now, the way you're getting to look at yourself, you can't steer and discipline yourself. I wonder why. Because you're under such threat and accusation in your own mind, horse-pucky. You're not that at all. If you pay attention, you're going to take your eyes off yourself and how you see yourself. You're going to see something else, and you won't look at yourself. Or how are you? You won't even want to know. You got too much to do. Pay attention. How are you? Or how you are. You're the last thing on your mind. You got too much else on your mind. You don't care how you are. So you got to maintenance your body. You don't care how you are. How are you? Well, you mean, is the cookie crumbling my way? No, it needs to get a lot more crumbling my way. That's how I are. Is that what you're asking me? You got anything to help that? Otherwise, why do you leave me alone how I are? You don't really care. You don't have anything to do. Fact. You pay attention to what I'm talking about with this planet. You see it? See planet Earth? E-A-R, parentheses, T-H, Earth. And you see yourself, an aspect of you. I say the captain sleeps by the rudder. That's you. That's humanity. The captain sleeping by the rudder. Don't run at the helm. I am the captain of the ship. No, that ain't the way the captain runs the ship. On a good voyage, will you ever see the captain? No. You won't. Everybody's envious to see him. Don't get to see him. Never shows himself. Whole voyage. Why? Why do you need to see him? You don't need to see the captain. You already got gear stowed. You know where your quarters are. You know how to run the ship. Why do you need to see the captain? Or if you're going to get where it goes, you need to... Ship's going to make it. Captain knows what's going on. You're in a current. You almost can't really miss the port. All the captain's got to do is keep the ship in the current. Oh my. You do your job. I mean, the current does most of the work. The rudder hardly does anything. When you sail the ship in the current, man, all you're going to do is do your chores. Man yourself, get enough sleep, and watch what's in your head on that voyage. You can run into all kinds of things trying to stop you from port to port. Coincidence, more than anything, is the biggest enemy of the captain on a voyage. Coincidence! That sinks the ship more than anything. Or study ship sink. When ships fail and sink. Weird coincidence you couldn't get to happen if you tried. That's what the captain has to watch for. Punky. Huh? Where normal breaks down. Been that voyage how many times? Other people have been the voyage, they plotted it, the ship followed. Something weird happened. Normal didn't happen, and that ship wasn't engineered, or the crew wasn't ready, and normal didn't happen. Ship really wasn't set up for that, because the guy engineering it wasn't watching out for that. Whammo! Just because the way the cookie crumbled together, that ship ran straight into it. Never happens that way. Doesn't. Then, of course, a lot of times after you look at it, you say, man, that potential's there all along. Well, you didn't say it. I'll be darned. How was the probability? Was it there too? Do you know how many possibilities lay here in this room of possibility? Are all possibilities? Everything's possible with God? You ask God about that, and God will say, whoever told you, I didn't tell you that. that with me all things are possible. Did God tell each one of you that? Trust me with all things are possible. You heard that with your own wits, mind's ears? When you reasoned with God, God told you that? When your mind spoke to you quicker, you could make up the words, and you shut up and listened. Is that what God told you before stars and planets in your mind with your DNA and your genetics and how you tick? When you go to prayer and let your mind speak quicker than you can make up the words. Something's talking to you. And especially when it talks up to you, it makes a lot of sense and challenges you on a higher quality of life. Not a higher quality, but a more mutual quality of life. Not higher. If anything, it's more spread. Time to go. I'm sure of that. I had to get that said. I hope it means something to you. If you pay attention to what I'm saying, your life will change and you'll have a greater meaning in it. A more mutual, and you'll have a lot better feelings and less disappointment. A lot less anger with yourself and everyone else. Please, experience that. Whether I do or don't. Whatever I'm failing, I live long. Oh, actually, I'm not. I'm going to be 67 years old pretty soon. That's getting mighty old. I look at people much older than that. It's just not for me. That's not death with dignity. To old and feeble and fragile is death with dignity? No, it ain't. I think at one time, you didn't take your own life. You just sped it up. And all of a sudden you went, zip. I've seen great men do it. I won't bring it up now. I got to go. Anyway, I'm getting old. So this place is getting younger, if anything. Back up yet. The more this place backs up, the younger it gets. It doesn't age. It does just quite the opposite. Maturity gets younger. It doesn't age. When it does it right, the cells won't oxidize like we're doing here. Our cells are oxidizing. That's why we're aging. More than anything. When we're not maturing, we're aging. That's a big difference. Time to mature. And sooner or later, the aging will maybe, the cells won't oxidize as much. Because we'll have a more efficient living. And we'll quit eating this non-fertile crap, hybrid garbage.